Welcome back in the next part of the revision class of physics, and that is ray diagram of convex mirror. Ray diagrams of images formed by a convex mirror. So there are only two cases, and for the concave mirror only are 6 cases. So there are first case is when object is placed at infinity. So I am already we all are know that in the last class when the object is placed at infinity, then the rays must be coming from this object is parallel. So the parallel rays coming from the object and after reflection appears to coming from a point. So that point is known as principal focus, and there are two rays are meted at point F. So image will be formed at F, and there are the rays are appears to meet, then the nature of the image will be virtual and direct, and when the object at infinity the image will be a point size or very small. So that is a there are second case. So second case is what? The when the object is placed between pole and infinity. So that is pole and that is infinity. So between the pole and infinity the object should be placed. So when the object at place there, the first ray is parallel to the principal axis and after reflection it appears to passing from focus. So another one ray is the going towards the center of curvature and reflected back same at the same path. So the refracted rays imaginary meted at the point A dash. So the image will be formed at A dash B dash. So the image position between P and F, and the nature of the image is virtual and direct, and the size is compared to diminished, that means small. So the next one thing, a full length of image of a tall building can be seen in a small convex mirror. This question is many times asked in a board exams. Which type of mirror using to see a full length of image of a tall tree or a building or a tower? So always remember that the answer should be a small convex mirror. So next one, what are the uses of convex mirror? So first one, the convex mirror as using a rear view mirrors. Why they are using as rear view? Because it gives always erect images and diminished images, and due to the erect and diminished images it covers a large space, that is wider field of view, that means large space of the back side. So the convex mirror are using as a rear view mirror. Clear? Second one is the convex mirror are used at blind turns and on points of a merging traffic. यानी कि जनरली जहाँ पर जो ब्लाइंड टर्न्स होते हैं, जहाँ पे हमें टर्न्स पे दिखाई नहीं देता कि आगे से क्या आ रहा है या कोई अदर ऑब्जेक्ट्स आ रहा है या बहुत क्राउडी एरिया है, तो वहाँ पे हम कॉन्वेक्स मिरर का यूज़ करते हैं. सो जनरली कॉन्वेक्स मिरर आर यूज एट ब्लाइंड टर्न्स and used in shops as security mirror. So this application is used in the ancient time or the before 10 or 20 years, but today we are using in place of security mirror as a CCTVs. So a security mirror is in a big shop and big jewelry shops or malls at the top corner. So it is used in the shops on the security mirror. How security mirror? The owner is seated on a one side and they looked on the corner of the shops, so they covers all the view of shop. So next one is what are the sign conventions. This is a very important points, and it is there are many concept based on the numerical on sign convention. So first thing we all are know that what are the coordinate system. So coordinate system is the x axis and the y axis. So this is a horizontal axis x axis and that is a y axis. And one thing, the pole of the mirror either concave or convex always plays at origin. The pole of the mirror either concave or convex plays at a origin. So the left side of the distance are negative and the right side of the distance are positive. So left side are negative and right side are the positive. and the upward from the origin is also positive and the downward is also negative. So the that is I remember one thing, for concave and convex both are the sign convention is depends on the coordinate system. So the next is the mirror formula, and the mirror formula is what? 1 upon V 1 up plus 1 upon U is equal to 1 upon F, where V is image distance, U is object distance and F is focal length. So this is a very important mirror formula, and it is also known as the relation between V, U and F. Clear? So the next one is magnification of spherical mirrors. So magnification is tells about what are the size of the image comparatively size of the objects. So it is the ratio of height of image to the height of object. Clear? So m is represented magnification and it is equal to the height of image upon height of object. It is also equal to the distance of image upon distance of object, and always minus sign should be there for magnifications of mirrors. Clear? So next is a very important topics that is refraction. That is a refraction. So refraction is a bending of light when it enters obliquely from one transparent medium to another. So refraction is what? Refraction is generally bending of light when it is going from the one medium to another medium. And the one thing is obliquely is a very important. Obliquely is what? When the light rays is going from the one medium to another medium normally, then there will be no bending. So this phenomena is not a refraction. So one thing, when the rays of light are bended when going from one medium to another medium, that is, this is known as refraction of light. And what are the example in our daily life? The bottom of swimming pool appears higher. आपने देखा होगा कि जो स्विमिंग पूल्स हैं, हम जब उसमें देखते हैं कि पानी स्टेशनरी कंडीशन में होता है तो हमें लगता है कि जो उसका बॉटम सरफेस है वो बहुत ही हाई लेवल पे है। ऐसे ही जब हम किसी पेंसिल को ट्रांसपेरेंट ग्लास में टिप करते हैं या इमर्स करते हैं तो हमें वो बेंड दिखाई देती है साइड से। सो दैट इज़ अ ऑल्सो एग्जाम्पल ऑफ refraction. So lemons placed in a glass tumbler appear bigger. ऐसे ही जनरली जब हम लेमन्स को देखा होगा आपने, कभी भी जूस पिया हो आपने या नींबू पानी पिया हो, तो वहाँ पे इनके पास शीशे की जो बॉटल्स होती हैं उसमें वो नींबू को फिल करके रखते हैं, तो हमें नींबू का जो साइज़ होता है यानी लेमन का साइज़ होता है दैट शुड बी अ बिगर. So this is also due to a refraction. Letters of a book appear to be raised when seen through a glass slab. Refraction through a glass slab. In this case, light first travels from air to glass and then back from glass to air. So look at the picture. Here incident ray is going from to air to the glass, and that is the incident ray, that is refracted ray, and that is normal. So now again it is passing from the continuously is going out from the glass to the air, but it is a bend towards the normal, so it is making an angle just like, and after that again it comes out from the glass to the air, and this is known as emergent ray. So what is the emergent ray? The rays after going from the one medium and passing to the other medium and comes in the same medium, then it is known as emergent ray. And the difference between emergent ray and incident ray is known as lateral displacement. So that is a very important. The difference between emergent ray and incident ray is known as lateral displacement. So there are some important terms. First one is optical center. It is the center point of lens. It is denoted by letter O. So optical center is what? The center point of a lens. And the principal axis is a different one here. it is line passing through the center of lens, it is perpendicular to both face of lens. It could not be here the distance between the line passing through a pole and center of curvature, but it is the here like that line passing through center of lens and it is perpendicular to both face of lens. Thank you everyone.